So a nice easy question to start with. What's your name and what do you study at GCU?
So I'm Gaughan and I studied International Retail Marketing.
So what personal qualities do you feel you bring to the role?
I'd say the personal qualities I bring to the role is grit. So last year I promised to do something about international opportunities and I had to try several different ways to finally find a way to make it work, and I finally found one after months and months of trying. So I've got grit to make sure things get done.
So why are you running to be a full-time officer?
I run because I've got a lot of ambition now in my role as Vice President of Education. So, for example of ambition, one of my biggest, boldest policies is actually want to challenge assessment methods. So I want to actually take a step back and say, well actually, what if students could choose how they were assessed? And that's really what I've gained throughout my year, is some really bold ambition.
If you were elected, what would you try and change in the university?
The three core things I'd want to change in university is this. The first one is I would campaign for students to have more choice in the method of assessment. Not everyone learns or they articulate their knowledge in the same way, so we want some choice. I'd also campaign for better postgraduate top students representation within each school. Currently, school officers get to have say in a large range of university-wide issues, but if postgraduate were there, I think those chats would be a bit different. And last of all is I'd want students to be much more involved in co-creating the learning materials. So to me it'd be great if we could one day have students and staff working together to develop next year's lectures.
So what would you try and change in the Students' Association?
The three top things I would want to change in the Students' Association is this. I'd want to be looking at our events programme. Right now I don't think they're very accessible for a wide participating students. So if you're coming from a postgrad background, or if you're a mature student, or if you're a part-time student, a lot of events don't really suit you. So I want to make sure that our new events are a lot more accessible and meets their needs. I'd also want to do a refresh of the Student Leaders Programme. I think it's got to the point where it's no longer at its peak, and a lot of students aren't wanting to advance because there really isn't anything there for them. So I'd want to do a refresh and really reassess what we're offering students. And finally, I think there's a great opportunity for us to develop our course-based societies. They're a great opportunity for students to be really involved in the industry, but there's also a chance to be working with staff and create a really strong community amongst the students.
So what makes you the best candidate for the role?
It's a bold question, but alright. I'd say I'm tried and tested. I've only been in the post for a year, and I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. So last year I promised to do something about exam bunching, and this week I've actually just launched a campaign looking into your exam experience, where we're going to use the results of that survey to influence future exams policy.
So tell us one interesting fact about yourself.
One interesting fact about myself. That is, I came up with a really good one earlier on, didn't I? I would say that I actually ran for VP Education 3 times, and I finally got in the third. And I think I'm the first person ever to run for a Spartacus post 3 times at GCU. But hey, I made it. I'm sure that was an interesting fact.
In one sentence, what is your message to GCU students?
Really like John to help us build a student-led experience here at GCU.